Hey everybody, it's Kelly. Welcome back to another episode of Ask a Therapist. Today we're talking about self-care in a world gone wild. Being 100% honest with everybody, I'm exhausted. Are you exhausted? I find myself moving back and forth between angry and sad and numb more often than I'd like to. And I know there's different levels of this for everybody, and there's a lot of reasons to be feeling this way. I've highlighted a bunch of them on this channel, and you can go ahead and watch my videos about what each of those things mean and sort of what it's looking like. But more than anything else, when I sit down and think about what could you benefit from hearing about from a therapist, that's this: how to care for yourself in the midst of everything that's going on. So honestly, I know this video is not going to get a ton of views, and that's totally fine. For those of you who happen across this video, I hope it helps. Number one is disengaging. I'm not saying disassociating, I'm saying disengaging. Remove yourself from engaging with what is currently happening. Turn off the news. Don't check your Facebook feed. Don't check Twitter. Maybe stay off TikTok. Oh, that one's a little harder. I have a news feed that updates me regularly. I have turned those updates off for now. It is okay to unplug and detach from the stimuli that is out there that is reminding you of how crazy the world is right now. I feel like every other day I'm getting an email or a direct message about something that has impacted someone's life, not just their personal life stuff, but like bigger picture policies and court rulings and laws in certain states or laws in every state, things that are happening in multiple countries, the ways that our families are interpreting the things happening in the world and then applying it in our interaction. So yeah, there's a lot out there. It is always okay to detach. It's always okay to detach. Next, I want to talk to you about digging in. Not digging in to the information, but digging into yourself. If you notice yourself having a response to something, to a conversation with someone, to a news article, to information that's out there, or even to your everyday life, like you come home and, I don't know, your room's a mess or your car's a mess or something. If you find yourself having an out of character response, so either too big or too low for how you usually interact with things, that's a sign your body is trying to give you that something's going on. Something's either too overwhelming, or you need a break, or you need to be able to detach from whatever it is that's happening. So digging into those out of character experiences will give you a line into what's going on for you. Your body and your mind and your emotions are all connected. That's why long-term mental wellness problems can become physical ailments. And that's why physical ailments, especially chronic ones, affect your mental state, because it's all connected. So digging into the somatic responses, the body responses that you're having to things, to your moods and to your swings, digging into that is going to be a big deal. Then there's digging into your body. I would really encourage you to do this with me, okay? We're just going to sit back. I like to put my hands on my knees, but you don't have to. Breathe with me. Once you've done that, I want you to give yourself a moment and think about your body. Feel it where it meets the seat that you're sitting in. Feel what's against your back. Where are your shoulders? Where's your neck? Is your spinal column stacked and straight, or are you hunched over a little bit? Are your shoulders way up here somewhere, or are they relaxed? Where in your body do you feel tension? Where in your body do you feel pain? Do you have an area that need to relax or need to shift your seat a little bit? Paying attention to how your body responds, even in that small exercise, is huge for being in touch with yourself and being able to know what it is that you need. That's another huge part of self-care that we don't always talk about. Giving your body what it needs. Do you remember HALT from a couple of videos ago? Are you hungry? Are you angry? Are you lonely? Are you thirsty? Answer those needs first and then check in with what it is that you're needing. In addition to that, that will give you the clue into what you need. Sleep. You need to sleep. Listen, I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you. I need to sleep more regularly than I really do right now. One of the things I do to help myself sleep is something that you've probably heard from people before, but it really does work. I keep a journal next to the bed, and when I have racing thoughts or things that won't leave me alone or things I'm worried about, I write it down. If I'm processing something coming up and I need a plan, like this day is what I'm gonna do, then I write that down because then it's somewhere. My brain doesn't have to repeat it and hold on to it. One of the reasons your mind keeps racing at night and it's really hard for you to let go of it is because your brain is telling you that you're in danger. Your emotions are telling you that there's something terrible out there, and if you let yourself sleep, you could end up being harmed. So instead, your body keeps you awake and keeps you vigilant, and that hypervigilance does not bode well for your ability to carry out your responsibilities or to love on the people in your life or on yourself, or even just to, get up and feed yourself the next day the way that you need to. Which takes me to the next one, and that's eat. I don't care how many meals you eat a day. I don't really care how balanced your meals are. I care that you are routinely feeding your body because your body cannot run on empty. You're not going to do anybody or yourself any good by running on fumes. You need to eat. Say no to guilt. A group I belong to was recently dealt a blow, a really, really intense blow that made a lot of people really rethink what they were doing and sort of feel their emotions, and it knocked a lot of people off course for a while. And in the midst of that, I asked a friend of mine, how are you doing right now? And when I asked this person how they are doing, their answer was, I'm sad, but I'm gonna get up tomorrow and keep fighting. I love that energy. I love that energy for them. I love that energy for the cause that we're fighting for. But what I don't love is that energy quickly becomes this pervasive and harmful idea that inaction equals not caring. And this is such a fine line, because if you are somebody who's engaged in action and you don't see action from other people, it is emotionally distressful. It does feel a bit like a betrayal sometimes. It can absolutely be harmful to you to see no action from someone else. And so if you know that, then you don't want to be the person of no action, and so you engage to make action, right? That's not helpful. It is okay for you to take a break. It is okay for you to withdraw from action and from activism in order to be able to do what you need to do. Check in on each other. Check in on people you know as much as is humanly possible for you. Again, putting yourself out there for checking in on people in a way that exhausts your stores of energy and exhausts your emotional ability is not helpful. But where possible for you, check in on other people. See if other people are doing okay. It is hard out there right now for all of us. But the best way through is caring for ourselves and caring for each other. That's the only way to see to the next steps in whatever it is each of us are doing. There's so much out there right now. There's so much happening. There's so much weight and there's so much stress. And honestly, there's so much fear. And the last one is find a therapist. You had to know it was coming, right? Find a therapist. Go to psychologytoday.com, put in your zip code. If you have health insurance, put in your health insurance. If you don't, then you can choose sliding scale and how much you want to pay per session. If you live in a town that has a college nearby, sometimes their master's program gives discount rates for people coming to see their students who are overseen in their program. You're still going to be getting quality support. You'll just be getting it at a more doable price sometimes. There's no shame in talking to somebody about what you have going on. I hope if you're watching this video that you know there's no shame in talking to people about what's going on. Because when you keep it inside, when you don't bring it into the light and you don't give words to it and name it, that keeps it hidden, that keeps it secret, and that keeps its power. Things lose their power when you name them. Things are hard out there right now. Things are hard in here right now. And I don't know when it gets better, but I do know that nothing changes for any of us until we start caring for ourselves. So I hope that you're hearing this message, and I hope that you know that self-care is more than just a bubble bath, but also take a bubble bath if you want to. I will see you all next week, and until then, take care of yourselves and each other.